Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing how I'm preparing for a new year and a new semester, including the goals that I'm setting, some groceries that I bought for my apartment, which I'm back in now. If you didn't know, I was back home over the holidays. And in general, I'm just going to be discussing a lot of changes that I have made and that I want to make. So the first thing I got is this shredded cheese. It's my favorite one. It's the 4-cheese Mexican blend from Sargento, and this is from Meijer, by the way. Next, I just got this plain yogurt to eat with my biryani that my mom made for me. And this is also from Meijer. Next, I have a gallon of Silk unsweetened vanilla almond milk, and this is also from Meijer. I drink a glass of this every morning for the nutrients and vitamins, so yeah. I don't want to take them out of the bag because they might go everywhere, but I have a bunch of grapes, so this will be lasting me like a few weeks. Hopefully they don't go bad before then, and these are also from Meijer. Next, I have 2 bottles of kombucha, and these are from a bigger pack that was from Costco. I absolutely love this. I don't know if I would like all kinds of kombucha, but these are pretty good. Next, I have a dozen large brown eggs from Meijer, and these are the organic kind. I usually make breakfast burritos with these, except I don't really have them for breakfast. I prefer to have them for lunch or dinner, but I forgot to get tortillas, so we're just gonna have to make do. I'll probably just do omelets and things like that. Okay, I'm moving down here for the next clip because I packed this drawer to the brim so that I didn't take up more space in the fridge, because I do have a lot of groceries and I kind of feel bad because this is a fridge that I share with my 3 other roommates. But I have a bunch of these pre-portioned tortellinis, and these are from a bigger package that was from Costco. As you can tell, I love Costco and Meijer, but Costco has some pretty great things. I absolutely love adding pesto to these, and I have some leftover pesto from last semester. Then underneath that, I have 2 packs of Kraft American Singles. I usually eat these with crackers, but my crackers are expired and I forgot to get new ones, so gonna have to figure out what to do with these. I might just go to Target and get some more crackers, but I'm not totally sure yet. Then over here we have some salsa, which I'm going to eat with tortilla chips. And then back here are a bunch of seasoning and topping packets that go with these udon noodles, and they're all from this teriyaki stir-fry kit that I got from Costco. And then I have 2 containers of biryani that my mom made for me. Okay, that's pretty much everything from the fridge, so now I'm going to show my other items that I got. In here, I just have a bunch of clementine oranges from Meijer. Then I got a bunch of these pre-made crepes from Costco, and they came in a huge pack, so I have a ton of these. I also brought these pre-packaged pain au chocolat from Costco as well. I like to have both of those things for breakfast because I usually eat a pretty small breakfast just because I eat lunch like 2 hours later. So I don't want to fill myself up too much, and I also just don't feel like eating a lot in the morning. Then I got another pack of gummy vitamins from Costco. I think that is pretty much it for the grocery haul. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching everything that I bought, and I hope this gives you some ideas of things that you might want to get for your own kitchen. Anyway, back to all of the changes that I'm going to be making. I guess the biggest thing I should start off with is that I am no longer posting on Instagram. I'm actually completely logged out of my StudyGram account on Instagram. I still have the app because I have to post on there for my student orgs, because I'm in charge of marketing for both of my student orgs. But I guess the biggest reason why I wanted to stop posting on there is because I never felt like posting anymore, and one of the biggest goals that I have for 2022 is to only participate in things that I genuinely want to participate in unless it's required of me. And I no longer feel the same joy that I felt when I first started posting on my StudyGram at the age of 15. So yeah, it's just not something that I'm going to be continuing this semester at least. I may or may not return after that. I have no plans to return, but that could always change. I also officially deleted Snapchat, and I don't think I'll be downloading that again. So yeah, I guess 2022 is starting off with a lot less social media than before. I'm still going to be posting on YouTube, obviously, and I was also considering posting on TikTok, but I think I just want to start off with my YouTube and see how it goes, just balancing YouTube and school this semester. I was able to balance it pretty well last semester, but you know, I'm taking different classes this semester, and overall I think the workload is going to be less than last semester, but things can be unexpected, so I just want to wait it out the first few weeks and then see if I'll be making both TikToks and YouTube videos or just YouTube videos. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave my account up in the meantime on Instagram, so if you want to follow it, it's still there. I just won't be active at all on there. I won't be responding to DMs either since I'm not signed in. Another reason why I wanted to leave Instagram last year itself is that I was getting a lot of DMs about school and mental health struggles that a lot of you were struggling with, and while I absolutely love being the kind of person that you can come to with those sorts of things, I think it was just a little too much for me, and I didn't really feel like putting time into my responses anymore, and that's never good. So yeah, I think that was like my biggest update. Continuing with the same theme of only participating in things that I genuinely want to participate in, I will not be participating in a 2022 reading challenge of any sort. I'm also not setting any personal reading goals for myself. Reading is something that I absolutely loved doing as a child up until the end of middle school, and then as high school started, I stopped reading as much, and I've fallen back into things in college. I completed 50 books a year in 2020 and another 50 in 2021, but I will not be setting another goal like that for 2022 just because I feel like most of the time I was just reading to keep myself on track with my goal, and I wasn't actually enjoying a lot of the things that I was picking up. So from now on, I'm just going to be reading what I want to read when I want to read it. So if that means that I go like a few months without reading, or if I read every single day, then I'll be fine with it either way. Reading is something that, at least for me, is about enjoyment and finding an escape from everyday events. So yeah, I just think this will be a much healthier way for me to read this year. Speaking of reading, I'm reading a book right now and I'm about 70% in, and I'm absolutely loving it, so I thought I would just tell you about it. I will definitely be making more videos about books as time goes on. I think I only have like one other video on my channel where I discuss books that I've been reading, so that needs to change. But I'm reading Girl Gone Viral by Alicia Rai right now, and I am obsessed. First of all, I really resonate with the main character because she also suffers from a panic disorder, and I think it's amazing representation. And her love interest is Indian, so there's representation in that sense as well. So just a lot of things that I really connect with. So yeah, if you're looking for a rom-com that also has representation with some pretty serious topics, including a panic disorder, PTSD, coping with trauma, and learning how to live with things like anxiety, then I think that this book is perfect. As of right now, I'm sitting at a 5-star rating. I still have around 30% to go, so I'm not sure if that'll change, but highly recommend. Another thing that I forgot to mention, which is pretty related to all of the book stuff that I just talked about, is that I switched from Goodreads to Storygraph. My sister finally convinced me to do so, and so far I'm liking the user interface a lot better than Goodreads. There aren't as many famous booktubers or book talkers on Storygraph yet, but other than that, I've been loving it so far. Another goal that I have for myself is to just go with the flow, which is very hard for me because I have really bad anxiety and I always like to overthink things that are going to happen in the future, and I have a few really big life changes that are coming within the next few months, and I can already feel myself getting worked up about it. Everything is out of my control at this point. I'm just waiting on like some application decisions and things like that, which are always very, very hard for me to wait for. I remember during college app season, I barely slept and I was very anxious the entire time. So I don't want a repeat of that, and I don't think there will be a repeat of that. I'm doing a pretty good job with just keeping myself grounded and taking things one day at a time or one step at a time. And I think this is something that I'll actually be able to keep up because my mental health is just doing so much better now. I also really want to journal more often this year. Maybe not every day, but I think just getting my thoughts down on paper and seeing them in front of me really, really helps a lot. And it's something that I've slacked on. I actually didn't journal a single time this past semester, and that's horrible because a lot of changes have happened. So definitely going to need to update my journal on a ton of things. As for school, I want to become more comfortable with genuinely learning the subjects instead of just trying to pass my classes, because I feel like for a lot of my more challenging classes, I tend to just want to pass them. And I think with the set of classes that I'm taking this semester, it's going to be a lot easier for me to focus on genuinely learning the content. So this would be a great semester for me to practice that and hopefully apply it to more harder classes next year. I don't do this next thing as much in my apartment, but when I'm back home, I do this a lot, so it's a habit that I want to stop. And it's my habit of just using things and then not putting them back where I found them and just leaving them out and then creating a huge mess that I then have to clean up like every single day. That hasn't really been a problem for me here, but that's mainly because the space is so small, so it's hard not to put things back where they're supposed to be because usually that's the only place where you can put them. But yeah, that's just something small that I want to change. I've been sitting here trying to think if there's anything else that I forgot, but I think that's pretty much it. I've just been sitting here rambling because I have a ton of messages and emails to get through before the start of the semester, which is in less than 2 days now. So I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I will see you next week.